It's that smooth, creamy chocolate that melts in your mouth, the classic taste of Hershey's. For over 100 years, it's been making people smile. Hershey makes over 70 million chocolate kisses every day, along with millions of bars sent worldwide. It all started in 1900 when Milton Hershey created the first milk chocolate bar, making chocolate affordable for everyone. What began in a small Pennsylvania town is now the heart of American chocolate. Today, Hershey's offers everything from milk chocolate to special dark and even s'mores bars. Whatever you crave, there's a Hershey's for it. Let's head inside the Hershey's factory and see how this classic treat is made, from fresh ingredients to that sweet, finished bar. Hello Internet! Welcome to Process Hub, the channel that uncovers the real stories behind the world's most popular foods, starting with the rich, creamy delight of Hershey's chocolate. Hershey's chocolate begins with cocoa beans, the most important ingredient. Hershey gets its cocoa from regions like West Africa, South America, and Indonesia. After being harvested from the cacao tree, the beans are fermented and dried to bring out the flavor before they are sent to the factory. The beans are carefully chosen for quality, and this fermentation and drying process helps create the rich cocoa flavor Hershey is known for. Once ready, the beans are shipped to Hershey's factories for further processing. Milk is another important ingredient, and Hershey uses fresh local milk from nearby farms, mainly in Pennsylvania. The milk is pasteurized to remove harmful bacteria, making sure it's safe and fresh for making chocolate. Fresh milk gives Hershey its creamy texture and flavor, which sets it apart from other chocolate brands. By using local milk, Hershey supports local farmers and ensures the milk stays as fresh as possible before being added to the chocolate. Hershey also gets sugar from sugarcane and sugar beets grown in the US and other countries. The sugar is processed to get the right sweetness, which helps balance the rich cocoa flavor in their chocolate. This careful choice of sugar makes sure every Hershey product has the perfect level of sweetness to go with the chocolate. The mix of cocoa beans, fresh milk, and sugar creates the high-quality products that Hershey is known for, giving it that signature taste loved by millions around the world. When the cocoa beans arrive at the factory, they are roasted to bring out the rich chocolate flavor. The beans are placed in large roasters that heat them to high temperatures. Roasting enhances the beans' natural, deep taste. By carefully controlling the heat and time, Hershey brings out the unique flavors that make their chocolates special. The beans are roasted until their shells become brittle and can be easily separated from the nibs, making sure the flavor is fully developed for the next step. After roasting, the next step is cracking open the beans. The outer shells are removed, leaving the nibs, which are the edible part of the cocoa bean. These nibs contain cocoa solids and cocoa butter, the main ingredients of chocolate. The nibs are then ground into a paste called chocolate liquor. Despite the name, this liquor isn't alcoholic. It's the base for making all chocolate. The paste is a mix of cocoa solids, which give chocolate its flavor, and cocoa butter, which gives it a smooth texture. Roasting is a key step because it brings out the rich flavor that people expect from Hershey's chocolate. It makes the cocoa taste stronger and cuts down on bitterness, so the chocolate turns out smooth and tasty. By keeping a close eye on how long and how hot the beans are roasted, Hershey makes sure the flavor stays the same every time. This is when the beans start turning into the chocolate we all know, ready to be mixed with milk, sugar, and other ingredients to make a classic Hershey bar. After the cocoa beans are roasted, they're ground into a thick paste called chocolate liquor. This paste has cocoa solids and cocoa butter, which give chocolate its taste and smooth feel. The chocolate liquor is then put into big grinders to make it even smoother. As it grinds, the texture gets better and starts to look more like the chocolate we know. This step is important because it gets the chocolate ready for the next stage, where it will be mixed and refined even more. The next step is conching the chocolate liquor, which means mixing it for hours in a machine called a conche. This process makes the chocolate smoother and helps improve its taste. As the chocolate mixes, the tiny cocoa pieces break down more, and the cocoa butter spreads out evenly. Conching also removes any leftover bad flavors and lowers the bitterness, giving the chocolate a better, more balanced flavor. Conching is an important step because it makes the chocolate smooth and creamy, just the way Hershey's is known for. By the time this process is done, the chocolate has a soft texture and much of the bitterness is gone. The taste becomes more balanced, and the chocolate is now perfect for making bars and other treats. At this point, it's ready to be mixed with other ingredients or shaped into final products. This is when the chocolate really starts to become what people all over the world know and love. After the chocolate liquor is conched, it's time to mix in the other ingredients. Hershey adds sugar and milk powder, which give the chocolate its sweet taste and creamy texture. The milk powder helps make the chocolate smooth and soft, the way Hershey fans love it. They also add a small amount of lecithin, which is made from soy, to help everything mix together evenly. This keeps the texture consistent and stops the ingredients from separating. The ingredients are mixed together in big machines that blend the chocolate liquor, sugar, and milk powder into one smooth paste. These machines handle a lot of chocolate at once and make sure everything is evenly combined. This helps the chocolate stay smooth and consistent. After mixing, the paste is refined even more to remove any rough texture and make sure it's soft and silky. Mixing the ingredients is a key step because it makes sure the chocolate has the right balance of sweetness and creaminess. If there's too much or too little sugar or milk powder, the chocolate could taste off. Getting the mix just right is what gives Hershey's chocolate its well-loved flavor. This step also helps create the smooth, creamy texture people expect. It's here that the chocolate really starts to turn into the treat we all know and enjoy. After everything is mixed, the chocolate goes through big steel rollers for one last refining step. These rollers break down the tiny pieces in the chocolate to make sure it's extra smooth. This helps give the chocolate that soft, melt-in-your-mouth feel without any rough or grainy bits. After the chocolate is refined, it goes through a process called tempering to make sure it has the right texture and shine. Tempering means heating and cooling the chocolate to specific temperatures. This helps the cocoa butter form the right crystals, giving the chocolate a smooth finish and that nice snap when you break it. Tempering makes sure the chocolate sets the right way and has a smooth, shiny look. It also helps stop white streaks, called bloom, from showing up later. This step is important for making sure Hershey's chocolate looks and feels just right. After the chocolate is tempered, it's poured into molds to create Hershey's bars, kisses, and other treats. The molds are carefully filled with smooth, tempered chocolate to make sure each piece is perfect. Hershey's workers ensure the molds are evenly filled with no air bubbles or flaws. The molds also give the chocolate its signature shapes, like the Hershey bar or kisses. Once the molds are filled, the chocolate is moved to a cooling area to harden into its final shape. The cooling process is important, and it takes place in rooms with controlled temperatures to make sure the chocolate cools at the right speed. If it cools too fast, it can get streaky or lose its shine, and if it cools too slowly, it can become grainy. Hershey uses precise temperature control to make sure the chocolate cools evenly and smoothly, giving each piece the perfect texture and finish. This also helps prevent sugar crystals from forming, which could ruin the chocolate's smoothness. Once the chocolate has cooled and hardened, it is taken out of the molds. At this point, the chocolate looks like Hershey's bars, Kisses, or other products. The solid chocolate is then inspected to make sure it meets Hershey's quality standards before moving on to packaging. The chocolate is checked for shape, smoothness, and texture, with any flaws removed before it goes to the packaging line. This step makes sure the products are both tasty and good-looking, ready to be enjoyed by customers worldwide. Once the chocolate has cooled and shaped, it moves to the packaging station. The bars are wrapped in foil or paper, depending on the product. For example, Hershey's Kisses are wrapped in foil, while bars are wrapped in paper with logos. This step is done automatically to make sure each piece is sealed correctly. Packaging is important for both protecting the chocolate and promoting the brand. Hershey's wrappers show the logo, colors, and product name, making them easy to spot in stores. The packaging also helps keep the chocolate fresh and protects it from light or heat during transport. After the chocolate is wrapped, it's placed in boxes and ready to be shipped. Packaging is important because it protects the chocolate from damage and makes sure it arrives in the best condition. Hershey's chocolate has stayed popular for generations because of its consistent quality and rich taste. The company uses high-quality ingredients like fresh milk, top cocoa, and carefully balanced sugar to maintain its signature flavor. Hershey pays close attention to every step of production, from roasting cocoa beans to cooling the chocolate, making sure each product tastes great by sticking to its original recipes while adapting to new tastes. Hershey has kept fans happy with both classic and new chocolate treats. Hershey's lasting popularity comes from the strong connection it has built with its customers. The brand is tied to family moments, holidays, and celebrations. With clever marketing, popular products like Hershey's Kisses, and a focus on community, Hershey has built a loyal relationship with its fans. This emotional connection, along with a focus on quality and new ideas, has kept Hershey a top choice in the chocolate world, loved by people of all ages. Now that you've got the inside scoop on Hershey's chocolate, we've got to ask, what's your favorite Hershey's treat? Do you prefer the classic milk chocolate bar, or are you all about those Kisses? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's most delicious foods. See you next time.